link and everything.
Link
This
and
will
all
just be
that.
easier.
Yeah. Yep.
So we'll do the 2 back to back. We'll do the intro like normal, episode like normal, outro thing like normal, and then once the outro rolls, then we'll come back and reset. It'll take a minute to kind of reset everything, and then we'll roll the intro and do the next one, like we would. Make sure we got everything in order. So we've got our retro rambles ready, right?
Yep, got mine. I got yours.
Next episode, did I answer that one already? Yes, I did. Okay, and then you've got one ready to go for the last episode.
Yeah.
And then I've got some gum under the seat for both, and some stale popcorn for both.
Yeah, I got stale popcorn for both as well.
The Hellboy is going to be our Vision VHS number 3. Constantine will be number 4.
Let me write that down. Why is this? Okay. Number 3. All right.
Hang on. Let me blow out the demons real quick. Ow. The other problem I've had. So whenever they put me under for the surgery, they put me in like, they move your arms up, they put you in like the Jesus pose, right? Whenever they did that, it stressed or pinched a nerve like somewhere in my arm, and so now like I don't have the strength in my thumb and finger anymore. Like I can't.
Oh no!
Yeah,
hopefully that comes back.
Yeah, because my whole hand was numb afterwards.
Yeah,
from like here around, like my pinky wasn't so much, but everything else was.
Yeah.
Now all the numbness is gone. Like I don't have the numbness like I did, and I'm able to like. At first, like I could do this over here, but I couldn't bend this one down. Now I can kind of like I can match it.
Oh my gosh!
But like, so the dexterity and strength is gone, and like I'm having to work it back up. So I've been like, every night I'll sit and I do a little exercise. I'll sit and I'll play Tetris on the Switch for a little bit.
Oh, sure, there you go. Yeah. That works.
Work those thumbs out again.
Yeah.
But that's been the worst part of it. Really, is just like losing that strength and dexterity.
Yeah.
It's like I'll go to grab something and it's like I don't have a full like grip, so I'll like kind of like football it usually.
Yeah, gosh, that sucks. Yeah, hopefully that comes back.
Then, every day like a little bit more.
Yeah.
They were saying like your nerves, they grow back like a millimeter a day or something like that, so it's going to take a long time to fully heal your nerves. I was like, but he's like, just keep moving them, keep working them, and it'll get you there. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I don't like play guitar or anything for a living.
Hey, Bella.
All right. You ready to get it started?
Ready to go? Yep, I am.
Roll the intro and we're good. Your local video store card.
A comic book in your back pocket.
Games with no tutorials.
Music you had to discover.
And drinking water straight from the hose.
These are the things us millennials remember fondly. We are the Jennings brothers.
Join us after the streetlights come on
as we race our bikes from the top of the hill
right down memory lane.
Exchange those quarters because this podcast takes tokens.
All right, we are back with This Podcast Takes Tokens. I'm Ryan, joined by my brother Derek. Tonight, we got a very special double feature for you. I think this is the first time we've done a double feature.
Yeah, like for a live audience, at least.
For a live audience, yeah. Vigilantes and VHS, that's what we're doing this summer. We're talking about superhero movies.
Yeah.
We love them. You love them. The first one of our double feature is going to be Hellboy. I love Hellboy so much. I love the comics. I just love his character. And golly, we're going to talk the movie. Released April 2nd, 2004. Want to guess what the budget was on it?
I guess about 100 million. This is a superhero movie.
Oh, 66 million.
66. Wow.
You shot a little high, but that's
shot my shot. Yeah,
that's okay. Yeah,
66. That's low for a superhero movie like this.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, opening weekend on a $66 million budget. What did it make opening weekend?
Well, I'd probably say 50 million.
23 million.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
U.S. and Canada. Wow. Gross of U.S. and Canada.
Worldwide total or Canada? Gross,
North America. Yeah, U.S.
North
and Canada.
America total gross.
Which I guess Mexico's in North America. It's not on there. I'm sorry. U.S. and Canada.
110 million.
59 million. Man,
really?
you are like shooting for the stars.
I could have swore this did much better.
Yeah.
Maybe worldwide I'd go 125.
99 million.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Wow.
I know. All right.
I could have swore I would do better.
Tomato meter.
Critics. See, critics don't like what do you call this? Like supernatural thriller type stuff typically.
Sure.
It's too plot hole heavy for them. I'm gonna go 55.
55. You'll be pleasantly surprised. 81% on the tomato meter. Yeah.
For the tomato meter.
For the tomato meter.
Okay.
Now the popcorn meter.
Well, I mean, traditionally the audience is much higher, and this is a beloved movie. Definitely spawned a sequel. Let's go 90.
66%.
What?
For a popcorn meter. So here's what I think. Here's what I think is the problem. I think I should have went back and watched the trailer, the original trailer, and I didn't. That's on me. That's bad. But I'm guessing that general audiences didn't know what they were getting into with this.
Okay.
And probably thought, oh, it's just like a superhero movie.
Which we haven't had a lot of at this point.
No. And it's like more of, I mean, yeah, it's superhero, but it's like
is this
more
before
of
or
like
after Fantastic Four?
So
it was in February?
It's before.
Yeah, it's before.
I remember
okay.
Fantastic Four came out in 05, I think. Yeah.
Fantastic Four almost ruined superhero movies for everybody.
Oh my gosh. We're going to should have thrown that one on for this summer, but no, we'll save that for a different time. Yeah. I think that's the only thing I could think of.
Okay.
I don't know. What did you think about the movie?
I enjoyed it. I liked it. I liked it when it came out. I liked it whenever I got it. Well, honestly, I didn't catch it on when it came out. I missed it in theaters. This wasn't a big movie going time for me. But I got the DVD. Like I was really into like home video at this time. Like I would just wait and get movies whenever they came home. And then I would just buy it because the cost of buying a movie would be like $20 versus going to see the movie where you're paying like $11 for a ticket and then almost $20 altogether with your popcorn and your snacks and everything. So typically I saw it as I'm just going to wait for it to come home because they were on around this time they had a pretty tight schedule. It was like it get released in theaters and then within like 2 months or 3 months you could buy it and own it at home. And so that's typically what I did. Yeah. So yeah, I saw this one for the first time. I bought it sight unseen, watched it, loved it, enjoyed it, watched it repeatedly. This is one I've talked about before. This is one of those movies that was so good that whenever I bought my PSP, I bought a copy of it for my PSP.
You got the UMD for it.
I had the UMD for it. Yes.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. I never read the comics before, so I had no touchstone there, but it was really fun. And like I said, I enjoyed it. Yeah. How about you? How did you feel the first time?
Yeah, so the first time I watched it, I really liked it. And again, I didn't see this in theaters. I had no idea what Hellboy was like
Mm.
at that time. I had fallen out of comics and I just wasn't, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
And I think it was actually probably a year or two later that I actually watched this. And I probably went to, actually, no, I do remember. I had the mail-in Netflix.
Oh,
And
yes.
I had that in my queue and it came to me because I was like, oh, that looks interesting. And yeah, I loved it. I loved it the first time I saw this. It was so good. It was so much fun. I just love I already love like um like Lovecraftian, kind of horror stuff, cosmic horror things. And so this was right up my alley. And yeah, it was so much fun. And it wasn't right then, but it was a couple years later that I started getting into reading the comics, and the comics just like amplify that by 1,000, and it just goes off. And I love the Hellboy universe so much. It's so good. But this movie, yeah, when I first saw it, man, I really enjoyed it. And then I did go to the theater to see the Golden Army.
Oh yeah. I remember that. I vaguely recall whenever that one came out. I think I dragged Allison to go see it in the theater, and I'm sure she slept through it. And I enjoyed it. I don't really remember the Golden Army as much though, but I think I've only seen that one a couple times compared to the first one.
Yeah. They were supposed to do a trilogy with it.
Yeah.
And I think maybe the Golden Army didn't do as well as they thought it was going to, or something. I can't remember.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And they didn't.
Because I know like Perlman was still like pushing for the third. Even even like recently, he's been pushing for like teaming back up with Del Toro and doing a third one. But
he did. I did see where like he, within the last couple years, there was some kid that was like the Make-A-Wish thing, and they wanted to hang out with Hellboy. So Ron Perlman put on all the prosthetics and everything, and he went and hung out with this kid for the day as Hellboy.
Wow.
Like, that is so freaking cool. That's awesome.
Commitment. That's awesome. Man. Yeah, talk about like intense makeup. Like really like it's from like, the chest up that he's probably got it going on, because he's wearing gloves and boots and like you don't see any other skin. But still, man, that's like, and it's all practical. Like none of it is fake. It's all like, they didn't even like, CG. Like now they would CG in like his horns for some reason.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But
I mean, they CG'd it. There was like the one scene where they
grow,
and he's Onangung Rama, and he's got the crown and everything. But yeah, that was fine. Like I was fine with that. Saying that though, I do feel like one of the weak points of this was the CGI. When they did practical stuff, it was great.
Fantastic.
Yeah. But the CGI was just like,
it's 2004. We're in that uncanny valley time where it's just like, it looked like we got the technology where it can almost do it. And they're like, let's do it in everything. We're just going to put everything's going to be CGI. We're going to throw it in everything. And so we ended up with a lot of this type of stuff where it's like, it's fine. It's serviceable to the story. And I feel like we let them do it a lot more because it is a comic book movie. And we're like, well, it's a comic book. So it's basically a cartoon. If it looks a little cartoony, who cares? It's fine. We'll roll with it. We're just happy to have the character on screen.
Yeah.
And because like we didn't get as much CGI in like your more traditional like action movies and stuff like that at this time.
No.
But definitely with like your comic book movies, they were like pushing it, trying to like, I mean, really the comic book movies broke the ground for CGI. That was the testing ground where they got to like really exercise that muscle and develop better CGI for the movies that came down the line. Did it look great here? No. I mean,
not great.
For the time it was fine, but yeah, it wasn't the best and it did not hold up that well. No, for sure.
No, I agree. Yeah. There was times like where I felt like they could have just easily have done practical effects because they already had puppets for a lot of those creatures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just give us the puppet. Like, I don't need this. I get it. Like,
like
when
Samael
there's a lot of
was a
action
puppet.
and like they're jumping out windows and stuff like that, like you need that. But like the one part that looked like particularly bad for me was when Hellboy's on the rails for the subway and he reaches over and grabs the third rail.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh gosh, just like he looks like super smooth and just it's very off-putting. But
good thing this was a lot of night shoots, because that hides a lot of bad CGI typically.
Yeah.
I would say the one that stood out the most to me as far as like the bad CGI is the credit sequence. I feel like they could have done that credit sequence with just like archival footage of Catholic churches and like Roman mausoleums and like all these different things. To CGI, it seems like it was just like I said, they were just looking for an excuse to use it almost, and it just did not look good. Like it could have looked better, and they could have done it practically for probably the same cost, if not cheaper.
Could have,
but
well, and even while we're still on the bandwagon, before we jump off of it,
all right,
even in the beginning with young Hellboy, that was all CGI with baby Hellboy. They could have just got a child and makeup them up and done that,
or post-production made them red.
Yep. Would have been a lot better, I think. But
but
I do think that the way, all that aside, Hellboy looks true to the comics. I don't think that he is necessarily acts true to the comics, which is fine. Like, I had to look past that when I'm rewatching this. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna look at this for the movie it is, and not like, because like Hellboy's like really more reserved in the comics and stuff, and like Perlman kind of portrays him like he's kind of this really grizzled kind of jerk, sometimes. But I'm like, okay, for what this is, like, I like it. But he looks very good. Like, Hellboy looks good, and it's not some, I don't know. I was reading like where somebody in the studio at one point, when they were like, brainstorming this whole script or whatever, they had wanted to make it to where Hellboy was just like a man, and then when he got mad, like Hulk, he turned into Hellboy. And I'm like, what the heck? Like this, I'm glad that didn't get greenlit. Oh my gosh,
that's not fun. No, don't do that.
No. He exists in this world as Hellboy, and like people just, the BPRD and everybody that's in this universe, like, it's such a common thing. Like, we live in a universe with all these monsters and stuff, and that's just Hellboy. He's just he's part of the team.
And then that's kind of like, I guess, the charm of Hellboy, of this. I don't know if this Hellboy, I'm not familiar with the comics.
Sure,
but
that's fine.
He kind of looks at the it's like there's a difference between like your traditional like Superman, Batman, and superheroes, and these like more spiritual ones like Hellboy here. It's like the superheroes believe that they can just eliminate evil and the world will be good, and it's their job to completely neutralize evil, whereas like these spiritual warriors treat it more like they're pruning a garden. Like, they're going in, working 9 to 5, and they're just pruning back the evil enough so that the good can grow. And that, you kind of see that with like a character like Hellboy, in the way that he carries himself, in the way that this world is built, and like you got the BRPD and all this other stuff. And they're just kind of there. They're not there to totally eliminate the threat. They're not there to completely eliminate all of evil and just cap off hell. They're there to tend a garden, to prune it back, to allow space for good to flourish. And like it's just like a day job to him. Like, he just clocks in, does his thing, and like goes home, pets his cats, and eats mountains of food. Like, mountains of food.
Yeah. I love that he's got all those cats around. I love it.
Yes.
It's so good. But you're right. Like, when they're at the what was it, like the library or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're by the doors. They're by the doors to that library, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go in and take care of this." Like he's just like,
The
it's his
museum.
day.
Yeah.
It's his day job. Yeah, the museum. That's
Yeah.
it. And I'm gonna go take care of this. I'm like, okay, I gotta get this done. And then he goes in there and he's smoking his cigar. He's like, "All right, guys, come out. Like I need to get this done. Like I want to go home. And
if y'all just put your hands up and walk out, we can take
Yeah.
care of this, and
Yeah.
nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a different take on. I like that. I prefer that, I think.
Oh yeah.
So you are familiar with the comics. How true to the comics was this?
So this, Hellboy is a little more reserved in the comics. He's, a matter of fact, there's they've had so many just different. They really just like write stories, and that are just kind of pieced together and like, oh, it's in this Hellboy universe or whatever. But like, there's Hellboy in Love series and stuff like this, and like he's very reserved, and he just I don't know, he's not really as grizzled. He's tough when he has to be, but like he really just kind of wants to live in kind of peace. Yeah. But as far as, so they base this movie, the script for this movie, off of the Seed of Destruction storyline. And it's been quite a while since I've read that, but from what I remember, it is pretty true, because it does start out, you get the origin of Hellboy with like the Nazis and everything. And like, what better just completely evil villain than to
Nazis.
have the Nazis. It works for everything. And then especially when they're like abusing the paranormal,
Yes.
So it just adds to that. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's so cool.
And like the telling of the origin here is very it's very clean and succinct and simple and to the point. And then like, boom, we're in the movie, like credits roll.
Yep.
We're in the movie, off to the races. Like you get it all within like those first, 10 minutes or whatever, that opening scene. It's a great origin story opening scene, I feel like.
It is. And a lot of that is like really like not 100% like Sin City was, but it's very panel for panel, like with a lot of the comic with that scene. And Rasputin's in that storyline and everything like that. All there's a few deviations that I'm trying to remember what they were exactly. Like I said, that's like the volume 1 of like the proper Hellboy series, and it's been quite a while since I've read it. But my main thing was just him, like just how he carries himself. But it's fine. Like Ron Perlman is excellent in this, and I know like when Guillermo del Toro was working with Mike Mignola, who created Hellboy, to cast Hellboy, they both wanted Perlman, and they got him. And
like Del Toro liked him for the Beauty and the Beast, where he played the Beast. Like he said, this is a guy that can work with heavy prosthetic makeup.
Yeah.
And he'll look the part, and it'll work, and he'll be professional about it. I know the studio was pushing; they wanted Vin Diesel. And
did they really? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They wanted Vin Diesel, and Del Toro just held his ground. He's like, no, this is it's got to be Ron Perlman. I think they were shopping it to Universal first, and Universal wanted Vin Diesel because Vin Diesel's in the Universal business.
Sure.
And they were like, Del Toro was like, no, and so like they shopped it around. I think they ended up going somewhere else with it. I don't know if is it Universal. I don't think it's Universal, is it?
I don't remember who did it. I didn't pay that much attention to it. I don't remember. No.
But they ended up going with but it sat on the shelf for a couple of years waiting for the studios to get behind the right actor. But he held his ground. Sure enough, we got Perlman. Would you say Perlman is probably one of the top 5 best castings for a comic book character?
I would say so. Yeah, I'd put that up there. He looks the part. He I think that I would agree with
he owns the part, which is I think more
he does.
important.
That's it. Yeah, like he's Hellboy.
He is Hellboy.
Like when you're seeing him, you're seeing Hellboy. It's not like you're like, oh, this is Chris Evans as
It's Captain America,
you know,
yeah.
but which I love Chris Evans as Captain America.
Mhm.
He's fantastic. I love him. But yeah, like, you know, once every so often, and it's not just the superhero movies, but you get an actor that makes you not see the actor and you see
Mhm.
the character. And I think that's what makes a really good actor is you
Yeah.
look beyond like, oh, that's Ron Perlman. You're like,
It's like
oh,
5
wait a
different
minute.
people, but really they're all one actor.
Yeah, yeah. You're
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I just watched, like, how did they get actual Hellboy to come and, you know, work on this movie? Oh no, wait, it was Ron Perlman. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think I interrupted you with all that. What were you saying about the comic book accuracies?
Oh, I don't know. No, you were fine. I thought overall it was really good. Abe Sapien was great. He was very true to the comic. I love that character. Like, he has his own spin-off series in the comics, and
Okay.
he's great. He's probably my favorite after Hellboy in that universe. Liz was great. She's got her pyro abilities. The only thing that was missing, there's a character in the comics, and I don't even think he shows up in Seed of Destruction, but it's like this pulp hero called Lobster Johnson. And like, he's got these goggles, and he looks like very much like a 40s kind of spy, you know, with like leather on, and he's got like a little, like a pistol, you know, that he's holding or whatever. And there will be like little flashbacks of like him on his missions within this universe. And I remember, like, there's one scene in particular, I think Hellboy like falls down this crevice or something, and he's like out in these mountains, and like he looks up and he's like, he sees Lobster Johnson like trying to help him up. He's like, Lobster Johnson. Like, it's just this, you know, like, oh my gosh. And then like when he comes to, like, he's not there. I wish we could have seen, and I don't think we see him in the Golden Army. And it honestly probably wouldn't have. It'd have been just kind of shoehorned into the story.
Yeah.
But that would have been a lot of fun to see Lobster Johnson, just because it's, I don't know, what's silly. Lobster Johnson has his own series. Like, that's just so great. Like, that's what I know I keep going back to the comic book universe, but it's just Mignola has just created such a fun universe with just all these characters. Like, there's BPRD has its own series. Like, there's just all these things. And it translates so well to the screen. And there's nobody better that they could have picked to do it than Guillermo del Toro. I think is like perfect for doing this sort of a thing. It's good. It's good.
You know, I'm sitting here, speaking of del Toro's as director and everything in Hellman, I'm watching it, and I'm watching the beginning scene where they bring Hellboy across, and you know, you got Rasputin doing Nazi things.
Yeah.
I'm watching it and I'm thinking to myself, man, I would love to see Del Toro do a Frankenstein movie. I feel like him doing a Frankenstein movie would be amazing. And then I go and I'm looking through his credits later, and last year he did Frankenstein for Netflix with Oscar Isaac. And I'm like, oh, now I need to go back and watch that.
It's freaking good. Mindy and I watched it. My wife and I watched it just a couple months ago. It's probably one of the best movies I've watched like this year. It's really, really good. It's long. I'll put it on the list. So be prepared for a little length to it. But the guy that plays Frankenstein in it, he's also in like Euphoria, I think, is like his other
the monster.
Like that. Yeah. Sorry. Yes, the Frankenstein monster, not Frankenstein himself. Yes, not
Oscar Isaac plays Frankenstein.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he does. Oh my gosh, he does such a good job. It's a good movie. Yeah. Del Toro just does great on stuff like this.
And then like that cool color palette he's got going throughout the whole thing. And then you get that contrasting pops of the red with Hellboy and like the warm orange tones. And oh my God, it's visually, it looks amazing. It looks really good. I couldn't get over like how using that, just in the use of color that Del Toro has throughout this film to highlight things and draw your eye and keep the story moving visually was just, it was blowing me away. Like, I just kept seeing things pop up here and there, and I'm like, oh, this is just like man, I can't get over it. It was fun. It's a visual thing. So it's a visual thing.
That's me. Like I really am, like, when I consume media, I am very much a visual person.
Yeah.
I mean, I listen to music, that's a little bit different, but like, I would rather typically read a comic book than read a book with like a novel or something. And it's because there's something in my brain, and it's this way with movies and stuff, like, and to go back to your point with Del Toro, something in my brain just loves visual images.
Yeah,
and
locks in.
And when when the colors pop and everything, it's just, I don't know. And yeah, he does. And I don't know how to piggyback off what you said, because you're absolutely right. Like, that's it's just good. It's just good. Yeah.
It is. It looks really great. Man. Well, we talked about Vin Diesel being cast.
Yeah.
I have a few other alternate castings if you're interested.
I would have been interested I'd be interested to see a Vin Diesel as Hellboy. Like, I honestly, like, I wouldn't take him over Perlman. I would take a Vin Diesel over David Arbor when he did Hellboy here a few years ago. I think
didn't mind Arbor doing it.
Yeah.
Arbor, yeah. I felt like Arbor was okay, but he was not Perlman for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't see, who's the other guy? Like, they did another one recently. I can't remember.
That one's The Crooked Man. It's based on
Man,
yeah. I have not watched that one yet.
Okay. Well, Myers, I got very little in terms of like alternate casting here, but Myers was apparently they approached Jeremy Renner about it first.
Oh, okay.
And he turned it down. The rumor is if you read online and you just get the rumors, the talks of the hearsays, they'll say that Jeremy Renner.
No, he wasn't going to be in this.
It's a different Hellboy. Jeremy Renner turned down. They'll say that Jeremy Renner turned down Hellboy, which is not the case. He turned down Myers for the Hellboy movies because he didn't understand what was going on with the characters. He couldn't connect to it, and he couldn't figure out the character to bring to the screen. So he's like, this doesn't make sense to me. I won't be able to do it a service, so I'm gonna walk away, which is an actor I can respect. I get that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. I would much prefer that over just like, fine, we're going to make it happen and I'm going to get a paycheck.
Phone it in and yeah, exactly.
Because that would just bring down the rest of the movie.
Care about the craft and not necessarily about wallet. Yeah.
So he turned it down. And I feel like the guy that cast as Myers was perfectly fine. Like, I didn't have any problem with him. And I really don't think I can think of anybody at the time that I would cast in his place. So I'll leave it at that. And then the other one is Abe Sapien. We know it's well known that Doug Jones did the acting and he provided the voice for it at first, and then the studio pushed that they wanted a more recognizable voice, whatever that means, and ended up with David Hyde Pierce to come in and do the voiceover, which I will say, to his credit, he denied or he refused to have a credit in the movie because he felt like Doug Jones's work was so great that he didn't want to overshadow it. And he even felt bad coming in and doing the voiceover for it to replace him that way.
He wouldn't do it for Golden Army, I think. I think they ended up having
they brought back
Doug Jones
they let Doug Jones do it there.
Yeah.
But I will say the dubbing, like, David Hyde Pierce really like matched the energy, the tone, and the lips of what we could see from Doug Jones, and it was seamless. I didn't know. I thought it was David Hyde Pierce the first time I saw it until later.
Yeah.
So that, I would say, was bittersweet. Like, I do enjoy the voice work of David Hyde Pierce. I thought it was a great voice casting for it, but Doug Jones is an actor in his own right, and to replace him like that was silly.
And he kind of got to play Abe Sapien again later. I mean, it's not the same
the Color of Water or whatever.
It was
the Color of Water or Way of Water or whatever.
Way of the Water.
Yeah, Way of the Water. That's nothing to do with Hellboy, though, right?
No, it's not. I looked it up after, because my wife and I watched that one. We like to watch I guess we like to watch Guillermo del Toro movies.
You like horror, you like
or
monster
maybe
movies.
I like to watch them, and then she just puts up with it. But yeah, I looked that up later, and there was a lot of speculation online, like
because it is Del Toro.
Abe Sapien?
Yeah,
yeah, because it is Del Toro. And like, is that?
And they never named
him.
The
character looks a lot like Abe Sapien, but
yeah, like exactly like him.
Yeah, I wish they could have got like Mignola's permission just to be like, yeah, this
right. Just
is
retcon it, say that's Abe Sapien's love story origin or
when
something.
He was young, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, young-ish, because I guess he's been around since Abraham Lincoln. So
yeah, and they didn't rescue him until like what, the 70s or the 80s or something like that.
Something like that.
Is what they said in the movie. So I feel like as a fan, you can say, yeah, that's sure that's what happened, because that takes place in like what, the 50s or 60s or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll go with maybe.
Yeah.
I do have a note here that Del Toro wanted an R rating for this. He wanted it to be a supernatural thriller, a horror movie, but the studio pushed back. Not ready for a R-rated movie of this caliber, a comic book movie or big budget movie like this. So they pushed back for a PG-13 to get that wider audience. So Del Toro had to avoid a lot of the blood spatter and use the alien approach to monsters with the blue and green gores.
It surprises me so much because like Blade came out, I think, a couple years before this, didn't it? And Blade
almost a decade before this.
Yeah. And
it was really popular. 3 movies
absolutely.
Off of it. And they were wanting to do another one. Like Snipes was all ready to do it. Like he came back and did it in Deadpool versus Wolverine.
He needs to. I want Snipes back as Blade. I want a proper Blade movie.
I would like a Blade movie, period. Like if it's Mahershala Ali, fine. I'm okay with that.
Oh no, he's fine too. I think he'd make a great Blade.
Although I haven't seen Sinners, but from what I've heard, Michael B. Jordan might make a good Blade.
But if he's in the MCU, he really can't, because he's Killmonger.
He's Killmonger. That's right.
And Black Panther, which one of my favorite characters in the villains in the MCU. Killmonger is so good, and it's because Michael B. Jordan is just so freaking good. He's so good.
But I don't know. We got Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man and coming back as Doom, so anything can happen,
true.
Right?
That's true. They've got this multiverse going on, so I don't know.
It's gonna keep
why not just have a crossover and throw Hellboy in the whole thing? That's what we need. Who's going to defeat Dr. Doom? Gosh darn it, Hellboy's got to come in and save the day. That's what I want to see.
Isn't that
That's
DC,
the big reveal. What's that?
Isn't Hellboy DC?
No, he's Dark Horse.
Is he Dark? That's DC, right?
Dark Horse is like its own thing. DC has Vertigo.
Oh, I thought Dark Horse was part of DC. Oh,
it's like its own line.
Okay,
like their flagship is the Hellboy stuff. They have other things. They used to have the Star Wars and Predator and Alien licenses, and then when Disney bought Fox, of course, not Fox with Star Wars, but they don't have those things anymore. So
now we got Archie versus Predator, and
those are kind of fun. Those are kind of fun little crossovers. Yeah, they did have. I haven't. Dark Horse's Aliens versus Predator. Okay, they did have a crossover that I've seen online, and I've wanted to buy it, but I just don't want to spend the money on it. It is Hellboy with like Batman.
And really? Interesting.
That would be a lot of fun. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Batman.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got a couple more notes here, and then if you
I've got a few things still too. Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you give me some of yours?
Yeah. So this is more of just like a comment, I guess, on everything. One, I really liked how Hellboy and the director of the BPRD, I can't remember his name, kind of came together at the end. Like, they were adversaries this whole they were adversaries this whole time, and then like when he saves him, he's like, he's all right. Here, you don't want to light that with a lighter. You want to light that with a wooden match. And like, yes, like this is I like this. I want to see some more of this.
I like the little moments like that really like that in movies. They really they add a layer of texture that just gives it like this like lived in feel, like this realism,
Yeah.
like, this is just like a, like two guys just hanging out having a conversation, like they just
Yeah.
like this brief little moment, and it just adds a little bit of texture. That's
Mhm.
great. It's great. Did you see the mid credit scene that they rolled?
No, I
As
didn't
the
see
credits rolled?
that. Uh-uh.
You've never seen the mid credit scene yet.
I can't
So
believe it.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, halfway
I
through the
didn't think they were
credits.
doing that stuff through like at the time, so I've never really looked out for it.
Oh, every movie I go back and I watch them now.
Mm,
But
mhm.
anyway, so yeah, like halfway through the credits, it pops up and it's, Tom Manning. He's sitting
Mhm.
there and he's still where they left him, and he's like, so are you guys done, or I'm still here, what are we gonna is anybody gonna come get me? What's going
Yeah.
on? And they just left him behind.
That's so
with
funny.
all
That's
this.
so funny.
Yeah.
So fun. Yeah, I like that. And I yeah, I can't remember what I was gonna say now. But yeah, just that little scene was fun. And
Yeah.
and then I loved when they need help trying to find, towards the end of the movie, like where is this key at that they're, or not the key, Hellboy's the key, but like where's the gate at that they're wanting to, bring these interdimensional beings through. And they have to resurrect Ivan. And he's that
yes.
like,
Yes.
that little Russian guy. And he is just like, yeah, doesn't even want to be there. And he's like, if I
That
still
way,
had
Red
legs,
Monkey.
I'd kick your butt,
Kick
or
your butt.
whatever. It's just so funny. And I guess
I love that
Guillermo del
part.
Toro voiced him. It's not in
Oh,
the
really?
credits.
That's
Del
awesome.
Toro voiced him. And that was just, oh my gosh, it's so funny. And I love that Hellboy just cares, because like stuff like that, like will be in the comics, and it's like there's like little layers of things that I don't know if they're like, if Mignola writes them to be like intentionally funny, or if it's just like, or what, but like I know I'll be reading through them sometimes and there'll be little things like that, and it just makes me chuckle. And it adds another little layer to this whole story of just, who are we gonna resurrect? Like he just find like I feel like he just like looks for somebody. Okay, there's one over here. Like I'm just gonna get this one, and he just happens to get this sassy like Russian guy that just doesn't. He doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be helping. It's so funny.
I gotta say that was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie. It was one of my favorite parts the first time I saw it, and it's still one of my favorite parts is him resurrecting Ivan.
Yeah,
that's just so great. And then like just like the little like the way like he talks to Ivan, like he's like just like this little pet. He's like, "Come on, Ivan, let's go find like us a bad guy or whatever."
Yeah,
it's great. I love it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
So I gotta say, Carl Rupinch, the mechanical villain guy with the blades.
Yeah.
Whenever they stripped him down, that was terrifying.
Oh, sure.
That was terrifying looking. I don't know, man. Yeah, like that gives me a little nightmare off of that one. That was a little nightmare fuel for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but it's such a cool villain, though, right?
Yeah.
Like he's dust.
Killed. Yeah,
and he's got to
whatever that is.
Tighten himself back up, I guess. I don't know, to keep it all together.
I want to understand more about like the mechanics of how all of that works. Like, is it just like dark magic hold them together? Is there like a physical thing like that's doing it? Is I don't know, but yeah.
See, with me, it's like I'm okay with it just being like, this is what it is. I like the ambiguity of stuff like that. Like when it comes to like, horror, mystery, excuse me, sort of things. I like the ambiguity of it. And but I get it. Like I could see where it'd be like, how are the mechanics on that? So
yeah, that's the kinds of things that I like, that I tend to focus on. Like and yeah, like this is one, like, to kind of shift it a little bit here with all the props they have throughout this movie, all the little like MacGuffins and things like that that they use, like especially like his Samaritan. These are the kind of things that like I look at a movie and I see them using it. It's got such detail to it. It's such a rich prop that these are the types of things like I would see in movies growing up, and I would see still to this day and just think, man, it'd be so awesome to be a prop master on a movie set, to be the person that they're like, we need to have this thing made, and you like design it and you come up with it and you fabricate it and you bring it to life. And it's something that people on set will hold and look at and feel, and it just like it's like almost like a whole nother character within the movie.
Sure.
I just love those things. Like, and the Samaritan gun is just such a cool thing. And I know that like Adam Savage went and like rebuilt, like he likes to go back and rebuild props from movies and stuff like that. And he rebuilt like the Samaritan gun and everything, and he's got it like on a display in his office or something, and
That's awesome.
it looks really cool. And that'd just be a really cool thing to do. But
yeah,
man, yeah, this is like I just liked all the props and like little in like the set pieces and everything. And
Sure.
this movie was so rich and so detailed. I just enjoyed it so much.
Yep.
All right, well, I got one more thing.
Yeah, go for it. I've went through all my notes and all my things I wanted to hit on. So yeah, give me your last thing, and then we'll move on into the next segment.
What's the speed limit on the road that runs right next to that carnival? Like whenever they run out into traffic, those cars are flying by like at 60 miles an hour. And then you look and like 5 feet away, there's just this carousel running.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
So that's all I had.
Awesome.
And then I'm tapped out.
Okay. Hellboy's good. It's good.
It's a lot of fun.
It's fun. It was fun. I'm glad we went back to rewatch it. So
me too.
Say
we give it a retro score.
Oh yes, let's do that. Thank you.
All right. Well, Hellboy retro ramble score. How did you feel the first time you saw this scale of 1 to 100?
I would say a 90. I'd say a 90 the first time I watched
90. It. Wow. Yeah, I'll give it a 95. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely rewatched it several times in rapid succession after it. How'd you feel in the rewatch?
I will give it a 95 this time.
More?
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's because like I appreciate it more now that I've invested more of my time into the whole, universe or whatever. But
all right. I'm gonna give it a 90. It comes down a little bit for me, but only because like the CGI, like I said, it just didn't hold up that great, but it wasn't terribly distracting. I could forgive it for the most part. So I'm gonna give it a 90 on the rewatch. Yeah. How about your technical score? How do you feel like they did technically on this movie?
I'll give it an 85 on technicality, just because because of the CGI. I think everything else was great. Was stunning, perfect, acting was great, all that. But the CGI is like we could have not
for the time though.
In most parts. For the time, I still don't think it was good for the time though. Like I don't think it was. I feel like I've seen better CGI in 2004.
All right, fair enough.
Maybe.
I'm going to say the same. Well, I'm going to say a 90, but for the same reasons. I feel like the CGI, like it was the weak point in the whole movie. But I don't feel like it completely detracts from the movie. And
sure.
I think it's okay. I think it's passable as far as like a storytelling device. And considering that it's 2004, I'm willing to give it a little more grace and give it a 90.
See, I think like, I think back like, okay, it's 2004, like you're saying. Yeah. Sure. Like I get it. But then I'm like, The Abyss came out in what, like 80, 88 or something like that. And that still looks really good.
Yeah.
But
he's just doing one character.
James Cameron can't do everything. So
That's true. Rewatch. How likely are you to rewatch this one?
100. I'll rewatch this.
100. Definitely a rewatch at some point.
So good.
I'm giving it a 90. I will definitely rewatch it. I don't know when that's going to be, but it's a definite rewatch for me. I just don't know. It'll be anytime soon.
I'm excited to rewatch this with my daughter at some point. Like she's just 10 right now, so like I'm not going to watch it with her yet. But she is very curious about like because I've got like a bunch of Hellboy pops and I got a bunch of
who's that red monkey?
Like that. Yeah, like she and she'll talk to me sometimes about like did Hellboy do this or did Hellboy do this or whatever, and I'm like she's like he's a good guy, right? I'm like he's a good guy. Like he's just he just looks like this and he's trying not to be what he's destined to become. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. All right, that gives us a token rating score for Hellboy of 81. We're gonna call it 81 flat.
Okay, very score. Good.
Not bad.
Very good. Very good. I'll take it.
All right. Then last week you had the retro ramble.
I did. Okay. What was the first comic you remember reading? I will go. I'll
Reading
go
or
first.
owning?
Did I put owning? Sorry, owning. Yes, that's what
same
I'm.
way. Yeah.
I misread that. I misread. Yeah, I miswrote that on my thing. Yes, you remember owning? Mine was, of course, Wolverine Annual 95. I've said it a lot on here. The one you bought me. I read that thing until the cover like split
Fell off.
apart, and actually, I have been looking within the last couple days on eBay to try to find another copy of like an original copy to have. So, but yeah.
All right. So for me, I'm struggling to remember, but I'm going to go with the one that I can think back to that stands out the most.
Yeah.
And that I remember. So the first one I remember really going and seeking out and wanting to get was in like the early 90s. They did the X-Men animated series. And then right after, they started releasing a comic series based off of the animated series called X-Men Adventures. I remember getting that first one when it came out and thinking, "Oh, this is awesome! This is the cartoon I was just watching."
Sure.
And then coming back every week and getting like the next one and the next one. I got probably like the first couple of years that they did that run. I was getting them, and so that's probably like the one that I remember buying and seeking out. That wasn't just like some distant relative throwing a comic book my way because I'm a boy and I must like comics or whatever. I know I had like maybe some Batmans before that, and I don't remember if Maximum Carnage. I think Maximum Carnage was after this.
It was after that. I remember having Maximum Carnage as well.
Yeah. So this is the earliest one that I can remember. Actively seeking out, spending my own money on, and really reading and enjoying. Was the X-Men Adventures, and then it just got me into like X-Men as a whole. Like it was like Uncanny and
so good,
all the
X-Force and
X-Men. Like a year or two after that, they had Fatal Attractions and Onslaught and all that, and that was just like huge and loved that. And
Age of Apocalypse and everything. Yeah, the 90s were like
Age of Apocalypse. Oh yeah, that was probably the next big run.
X-Men. Yeah. So good.
That was some fun stuff. Fun stuff.
Yep.
All right. Well, got a little stale popcorn for you here.
Sure. Yeah.
Are you familiar with John Cena? You know who he is?
I've heard of him. I've never seen him.
Yeah. You've never seen? I've heard that a lot. Like he's hard to pin down.
Yeah.
John Cena. Now I've seen some memes, and this got me wondering. John Cena, this isn't a retro ramble. This is just a question I'm going to ask you real quick as a stale popcorn here. John Cena, would you rather see him as the Terminator or as Ernest?
Oh my gosh. It has to be Ernest, right?
Doesn't he just look like Ernest?
It has to be Ernest. It has to, and I think that would be so funny to have him be Ernest. Like it would have to be. It'd be fun. Terminator, sure, that'd be fun. But like we've got Arnold, and that's fun. And I can't remember what the guy's name was that played Ernest. He did an awesome job. Whatever.
Jim Varney.
But Jim Varney. But that'd be fun.
I keep seeing those memes where it's like we're at that time where John Cena is slowly turning into Jim Varney, and like the image will fade from one to the other, and it's like, oh my gosh, they are like they could be brothers. It's weird.
Yeah. So funny.
That's all I got for stale popcorn.
How about you? Well, my stale popcorn, we kind of discussed it a little bit, texting back and forth, but 2 weeks ago, was it 2 weeks ago now? I can't remember. Nintendo had announced Ocarina of Time remake coming out for Switch 2. And you had said, like, I think this would be a good time for me to get a Switch 2, maybe. And you got to watch the trailer. What'd you think of it?
Yeah, like it looked really fun. I'll definitely check it out. Like I said, I think this might tempt me into getting a Switch 2. I don't know. We'll see if there's anything else worth getting on it. But it gave me like Breath of the Wild vibes a little bit. And I'm wondering if maybe they're building it off of the same engine that they used to build Breath of the Wild and
Yeah.
what was the other one?
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they use that same engine because they
Mhm.
said it's like a complete remake, right? Like they
Yeah.
completely remade it. It's
Yeah.
not just like a shell. Like they've gone through and rebuilt everything. So if they treat it like that and it's kind of like an open world in the same vein, that might be really fun. Like,
Yeah.
and I could see them going back and then doing, Majora's Mask and like maybe some other classic ones off. Like if they use that same engine to build like these worlds in, that could be. I mean, because
Yeah.
the way that like Breath of the Wild controls for the Switch is just perfect. It's just a great.
It's so
It's a great game. And it's a great way to play a Zelda game. To experience a Zelda story, I should say.
Yeah.
And I can see them translating any of the past Zelda stories to that. I still stand by. I would love to see the original Zelda turned into a full-fledged like Breath of the Wild, like open world 3D adventure game. But I will take this one and I will check it out.
And I think that like from what I've read about Breath of the Wild, like they were trying to recapture the essence of the original Zelda, because in the original Zelda, you start out,
you can go straight to Ganon if you wanted to.
You can go anywhere you want. Yeah. And I think they took that idea and then they just built Breath of the Wild around it. But no, I agree with you. Like I actually just beat Breath of the Wild again on my Switch 2, which it runs so smooth on Switch 2. But yeah, I think that they, and it looks like they are, but they need to keep it kind of that same art style, because I think that's what makes Nintendo games so timeless. They don't, like a lot of their games, they don't make like ultra realistic graphics. They have these very intentional artistic ways that they build the games, and I think it makes them just endure longer. So I'm hoping they keep that with the Ocarina of Time. But yeah, I am like, they didn't really show us any gameplay. It was just Navi coming down there and getting on, waking up Link, and but yeah, comes out later this year. They don't have I haven't seen the date nailed down. I keep checking Amazon to like pre-order my copy of it, and it's not up yet.
You can pre-order Grand Theft Auto 6 now. Why not Zelda?
$80. I just looking at that before we got on here. $80.
Yeah.
That's probably what they're going to charge. Honestly, that's probably what they're, because Nintendo has dynamic pricing on stuff now. And Mario Kart World was $80. They'll probably do the same thing with this. I'm sure they will with Zelda. So
I think that might be what I'm holding out for. If they do a special edition console for Zelda, I'm 99% sure I would get it.
Sure. Yep.
I love me a special edition console.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got a little gum under the seat here. I will. I got 2 of them for you for this episode, and you can check our live comments and tell me if we got any more. But on our Bloodsport episode over on YouTube, the Buddy Cop sequel pitch that we had talked about, Alex Murphy X6Z says, "What about the movie taking place years and years later, with Jackson's son seeking out Frank to help him find his father's killer, assuming Jackson had died?
Yeah.
Just so happened to be the current champion of the Kumite, and they call Frank in honor. They call in Frank to honor his friends. His friend trains the son to be the new champion and get revenge on his father's killer."
Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of an interesting take. I like that.
Yeah.
That could be fun. Yeah.
Get
Van Damme back in there.
Sure. And he doesn't have to like do his Van Damme stuff. He could just be.
Yeah, I mean, he'll still do the splits because why not?
Sure.
We'll get a butt
have
shot.
One scene where he does the splits. Yeah. But the only acceptable way to make this, though, is if the main villain is the guy that played young Frank in Bloodsport.
All right, yeah, okay, we can do
that.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh shoot.
Okay, we got one more here from Will Ford 81 back on our
Will.
greatest superhero sacrifice retro ramble. We discussed what's the greatest superhero sacrifice. Will Ford 81 says, my favorite scene of a heroic sacrifice is the train scene from Spider-Man 2. In this sequence, Peter gives everything he has to the point of complete exhaustion and blacking out. My favorite part of this scene is the passengers lifting Peter, his body in a crucifix pose. This paints a beautiful symbolic sacrifice for the viewer. I would agree. That was a great sacrificial scene for sure.
It was.
Did you see who was in that scene with him?
No, who's in the scene with him?
Well, I can't really say his name on here. I don't remember the actor's name, but he was in Sopranos.
Oh, okay.
He was killed off on a boat in like season 2 after he had turned coat.
That's long since I've watched.
Big P.
Sopranos. We're going to be doing Spider-Man 2 here in a few weeks. So
that's true. So we can cover it then.
Yeah, we can cover it then. Yeah. Did you have, that was the last one you had? Okay. Yeah, I've got a couple from the live stream we've got right now. So Bella Tamlin said, please don't give up on your videos. I love them. Thank you so much, Bella. We don't have any desire to give up on these. We live several states away, and this is how we spend time with each other. We watch things and talk about it. So yeah. We do it. Jesse Lapine, when we were talking about our Retro Ramble, first comic book you remember owning, Jesse said Sonic the Hedgehog.
Really?
I don't think I've ever read any Sonic comics, but that's awesome. Yeah.
My son's got a few. He likes the Sonic comics.
Really?
He loves Sonic, though, so yeah.
Who doesn't? Sonic's so good. Also from Jesse, most hunted comic series, I'm assuming his most hunted comic series was Aliens versus Predator. Every Sunday, checking the rack at Hy-Vee. So those that don't know, Hy-Vee's like a kind of in the northern part of the country. It's a chain of grocery stores. Yeah. I remember missing the week issue number 4 came out, and I actually didn't get it until a few years ago. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. And he said,
"Imagination's got to fill in those blanks whenever you."
Yes, it does. It does. Yeah. Yeah, because now, like, you can just like, okay, what happened in issue 4? What do I need to know before I read issue 5?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm caught up.
Or just digitally buy it for like 99 cents.
Yeah. And then in regards to our Ocarina of Time and Nintendo talk discussion just a second ago, I heard someone say that this is Nintendo's Disney era of remake after remake after remake.
I like that. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Fair enough. It's not wrong. That's all we got.
Hey, my wife gets her Little Mermaid and Aladdin. I get my Zelda. That's all that matters.
There we go. Take it.
All right, you ready for next week's Retro Ramble, and then we'll move on out of here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Retro Ramble for next week I got for you. How do I phrase this? What was your first chore that you were assigned from the parents, either side? And what was your reward for doing that chore? So that'll be our little Retro Ramble discussion next week after the episode. Next week, come back. We will be doing more Vigilantes in VHS Summer with our 4th installment of 10. Constantine. Next week we'll be doing 2005's Constantine, starring Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Forward to that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to This Podcast Takes Tokens. Make sure you don't miss a single episode by subscribing wherever you are. And as always, be kind, rewind. And until next time, we'll see y'all around.
See ya. All right. And for those of you that are still with us, yes, we're doing a double feature. We're going to be talking about Constantine next because I'm going to be not available next week. So
we're not going to cut away or anything. We will just keep this thing rolling and not going to make everybody jump over to another stream. Give us a minute. We're going to reset and then we will start that up.
Yeah. I'm going to go grab just top off my water real quick.
All right. And do that. I'm going to sit here quietly and review my notes. So I sound like I know what I'm doing.
All right. Let me get over to my notes. Constantine.
All right. I'm ready if you're ready.
I am ready. And no, we already went over that. We both have stale popcorn for this one too. So okay.
Yeah. Yep. We got all that information there. Got that ready to go. We got that ready to go. Yep. Okay. Here we roll. Your local video store card.
A comic book in your back pocket.
Games with no tutorials.
Music you had to discover.
And drinking water straight from the hose.
These are the things us millennials remember fondly. We are the Jennings brothers.
Join us after the streetlights come on
as we race our bikes from the top of the hill
right down memory lane.
Exchange those quarters because this podcast takes tokens.
Hello, welcome back to This Podcast Takes Tokens. Last week we did Hellboy, and while we were over at the BRPD, I grabbed the Spear of Destiny, and today we're running over and taking it to Constantine. What a great, I was watching these movies, because I watched them both like this last week, and I caught that the Spear of Destiny was in both movies, and I thought that was just such a cool little, tie-in between them.
Crossover.
Not to mention that they're both, Christian mythology, or, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is one of my favorite things is the building of Christian mythology within movies, using it as a world building tool, like they did here in Constantine and last week in Hellboy a little bit. Although Hellboy was more folklore type stuff, but I really like that. It's such a great foundation it's for storytelling, and it's so much fun. I enjoyed it so much. And then we did Constantine, so we're here to talk about Constantine this week. Let's run some numbers and then we'll get into it. Released February 18th, 2005. This is a 26-year-old movie now at this point. No, sorry, 21-year-old
21.
movie.
Okay. I'm like, there's no way this is 26 years old, but it's your episode, so you would know.
21. All right, budget. You let me guess, Lester. What do you think the budget was on this movie?
Oh my gosh. I'm going to say 80 million.
100 million.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You shot high, I'm shooting low.
I shot low, I know, right? All right, here we go. Opening weekend. How do you feel like this movie did opening weekend on a $100 million budget? 25 million? Pretty close. 29.8 million. Worldwide budget. I'm gonna skip Canada and North America. We're just gonna go straight for worldwide total grosses. What do you think they did here?
$100 million budget. I'm going to say they did 200 million.
200 million. 230.9 million.
Wow. Good for them.
Very close.
Why did we not get a sequel to this?
We'll get into that.
Okay.
Tomato meter. How do you feel like the tomato? The critics. How do you feel like the critics perceived this film?
I will say that I don't think that they completely hated this. I'm going to say a 71.
No, 46. Critics did not like this movie. 46.
Well, and I don't like them, so it's fine.
Popcorn meter. How do you feel like the audience has felt about this movie?
82.
82. Well, close. 72. 73.
Ah, okay.
So not bad. Yeah, the audiences liked it a lot better, a lot more. There's a bigger divide between the audience and critics on this one than we typically see. We typically see like a 10, maybe 15-point difference. This one had a significant difference of like, what is that? 30 points roughly, give or take. So yeah, like critics did not like it, audiences liked it. I, for one, really enjoyed this movie when it came out. I loved it. I thought it was great. It was fantastic. I wasn't familiar with the comics at all, the Hellblazer comics or any of that. But from my understanding, this does not follow it's not a faithful adaptation. It does not follow the comic books. Apparently Constantine is blonde and he's in London, and that ruffled a lot of feathers. Casting a dark-haired Keanu Reeves in LA. Like I said, I'd never read the comics, so it didn't bother me, and I enjoyed it either way. So
yeah.
How about you? Did you ever read the Hellblazer comics?
No. I've wanted to, and it's something I like when I've had the time, like I've looked at it on like Hoopla or something, and I'm like, I want to read it, but I really would rather read that right now. But there is a series, Justice League Dark, that I would really like to check out, because Constantine is a member of that. And I think that'd be a lot of fun with like Zatanna and like a Dead Man and all that. I think that'd be a lot
dealing
of fun.
with more of the paranormal sides of things.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I've never read the comics, still haven't. I don't know if I will or not. I don't know, but maybe. Who knows? You asked about Constantine, a sequel. There is currently a sequel in development with
Keanu
Reeves to reprise his role.
Yeah.
And bringing back Peter Stormare as the devil.
Oh, he was great.
Stole the show.
He was so good as Satan. So this movie is just a great movie.
Yeah,
it's a great movie. I loved it when I first watched it.
Yeah,
it's still great. And I haven't watched it in years.
I hadn't either. I forgot. Watching it, man. It's such a gorgeously shot movie, and it's got that dark, gritty aesthetic like the Matrix had, and that we see a lot of kind of fade out in these early 2000s. But man, that I love that look and that aesthetic that they have rolling through here. And like I said, the cinematography in this was just buttery gorgeous, and I enjoyed every little bit of it and had so much fun.
Note on that. Cinematography. It's oh my gosh. It's like we were thinking the exact same things. Gosh, it's so good.
So much fun. And then like the cinematography, all those shots, like they would do like the overhead shots of like people walking and like cars driving and stuff, and it looked fantastic. I will say the only problem I had with this movie is the same problem I think we had the last movie, and that is the CGI. I feel like the CGI just did not look great. It looked okay for the time. It was serviceable, but it definitely didn't age great. It doesn't look great. It looks cartoony still. And like the textures just aren't right. And then they did Hellscape is like a complete like CGI rendering of like a nuclear winter in LA or whatever. But then they like kind of apply this like wind blur to everything to kind of like hide a lot of that fudge that CGI up. And that helped. But
I agree. I thought Hell looked okay. Like I thought it looked pretty decent. But like the demons and stuff, I'm like, I don't really like.
Yeah, they didn't look fantastic.
That looks great. Now I thought Gabriel's wings looked all right when they would show those.
Those look good.
But the other stuff wasn't.
It's anytime they try and do skin, it just doesn't look right. In this time frame, it just never looked right. They were still trying to figure it out, and we just weren't there yet. Not that we're 100% there now, but we're a lot closer now than we were before. for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It looked too, not even rubbery. Like we got to the rubbery stuff in like the 2010s. We're still in like it looks like it was drawn on with crayons era.
Yeah. So
CGI.
yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't really, I gotta say, I sat down to watch this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take a ton of notes. Like I kicked back and I was just
I didn't
like
either.
enthralled with this
Yeah.
movie. So I came back and added my notes later.
I started taking notes, and then like next thing I know, the movie's like got 20 minutes left in it or so.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more, but I'm like, oh, I haven't taken notes in a while.
Yeah. It grabs your attention. It's a lot of fun.
Does.
It's a lot of fun. I
It
enjoyed
does.
it thoroughly. Well, I talked about how I really like this movie because it does like all the world building with Christian mythology and like Hellboy to like folklore and Christian mythology, and you get that. You touched on it in the last episode. I forgot what you called it, but yeah, something about like that world building that just like it's just so much richer, and I don't know if it's just more believable or more tangible, or maybe it's just because it's rooted in something that is the basis for a major world religion. I don't know. But yeah, like it feels a little richer. It feels a little more lived in.
I think that it's because it pretty much, I mean, whether people believe whatever they want to believe, but like most people know the
basic story,
the basic stories of, the Bible and things like that. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that just resonates with people. I think it'd be the same way if like we were back in ancient Greece and they did a play that was, tapping into Greek mythology and stuff. I think it'd be, oh my gosh, this is so relatable, or whatever.
How do we not have more like Greek mythology style movies, like movies based off of those? Are really fun whenever those come around. They're rare, but man, those are really fun too. Got Odyssey coming up. That looks like
that'll be good.
Fun.
Christopher Nolan. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. I can't wait to watch it.
Looks great. So, back to the movie. I got a question. I'm gonna jump around here. Why did she take off the necklace? He gives her this necklace. He puts it on her neck. This is going to protect you. Think of it like a bulletproof vest. 5 seconds later, she's taking it off and walking into the building.
I have no idea.
It's like the character was not paying attention to what everything was being set up around her.
No.
And at that point, she can see them. She knows they're there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's had the ability, and then it was gone, and now it's back. Yeah. And there's I completely. Yeah, I didn't quite get that. I guess it was just because they're like, oh, we need some way to
get to her. Yeah.
Get to her, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe this is the problem people had with it.
I think it is
matching up with the comic books.
I didn't like. I'm just going to go through and say some things I didn't like, but I still think this is a great movie. Still think it's a great movie. I didn't like that it was like, oh, she has a twin. Like, I think that's kind of cheap in a lot of movies. Like, that's one thing I really don't like about City Slickers 2. City Slickers 2 is really funny, but it's we need to get, we need to get Jack Palance back in here. What do we do? Curly's got a twin, or whatever. It's like I just feel like that's, and I know that's not the same thing here, but I don't know. I just it would have been completely fine. Okay, it would have been completely fine. I was gonna say it would have been completely fine if she would have had just another sister, but then I do remember that they're twins and they can both have a psychic connection. They can both see. And then there's like that, where she, like her sister's claiming that she can, or saying, we can both see him. And she's, that story where she's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. So, okay. Wash all that away. Forget I said any of that. My other issue, my biggest pet peeve with this movie is that Chaz makes a heroic sacrifice at the end, right?
Yeah.
And he like helps and he does a great job. and like he gets the respect from Constantine, and then he gets killed.
Yep.
Okay, Chaz gets killed. But what happens after all this is done?
You didn't stay for the
John.
credits.
No, well, are you serious? Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. What I was going to say, still, regardless, John and Angie, they just walk out of the building.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not even going to recover his body. He's just going to.
No, it's not important. Yeah, not when you're dealing with souls and demons and angels and all that. So if you hang out,
you tell me.
Post-credit scene, or I don't know if it's mid or if it's post, but I think it's
hanging
post.
out for this. Every freaking movie we do now, I'm going to hang out for a post-credit scene.
You gotta watch them. Post-credits, Constantine goes and visits his grave, and tells him, "You did good, kid," and then he leaves his lighter on the headstone and turns and walks away. And as he's walking away, angel wings appear behind him, and we see Chaz standing on the headstone. Now he's an angel, and then he just shoots off up into the heavens.
Okay.
And then that's it. That's the end.
Okay, well, that's fine then. Okay, then all of my problems with this movie are gone. I just thought like he's been like not necessarily your partner, but like he's been part of your life for a little bit here, and you can't give him any more respect than just like, oh, he's dead. Hey, this is done. Gabriel's a human. Let's just leave. Like Chaz, we'll just let the authorities find his body. It's fine. It's fine.
It is what it is. Yeah. And then like I love that turn that Gabriel gives us, where which the first time I saw this didn't see it coming. Gabriel is the one orchestrating all this in the background. Of course, and it makes sense. And then we get that little twist, and it's like, oh, that's fun, that's great. And then they're reverted to human form, no longer an angel, and they're just like, hey, you did good, look at you. Like they're just kind of like playing both sides. They just like back and forth, like whatever works, like every angle they just the constant grifter that they are. And it was just I like that character dynamic or whatever. And the way that she just kind of flipped back and forth, which Tilda Swinton as like the casting of Gabriel, man, that was fantastic casting. And like she did such a great job.
She's good in like almost everything she does. It's just good.
Had a lot of fun with this one for sure. I think the only casting that I was like, maybe we could have done better. And I just feel like it was one of those like, we're going to cast this person because they want to try acting, and they cast Gavin Rossdale as like that demon. And I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I feel like we could have done somebody else and been way better.
I swore you were going to say Shia LaBeouf. Which I didn't think Shia LaBeouf did bad in this movie. No. I think that I honestly feel like I'm a person. I don't think Shia LaBeouf is like the epitome of acting, but I think he gets a lot more heat than he deserves. You can have your opinion. But no, for some reason, I swore it was Jared Leto in this movie.
Oh, as the
demon.
Yeah. Oh, is that one demon? Okay.
Yeah. And it clearly isn't. But I kept like waiting. I'm like, when's Jared Leto going to come into this? And then when it finally got to the scene where he's like hitting him with the brass knuckles and like
the brass knuckles are awesome.
I'm like, okay, it's Jared Leto's not in this, which that's fine with me.
A little side note here. I went and saw Masters of the Universe a couple weeks ago with Bruce.
I've been wanting to watch that. Haven't had time.
And after the movie, we're watching the credits, letting the credits roll and everything. And I'm like, who played Skeletor? It was Jared Leto.
You're kidding me.
Jared Leto. No, played Skeletor. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll pass.
I know. I thought the same thing. I watched it. I'm like, I can't believe it was Jared Leto.
Stop putting Jared Leto in movies.
Stop trying to make him happen. Just let him have 30 Seconds to Mars. That's fine. I enjoy that. I don't need him as an actor. It's okay. I'm okay with him not being an actor. I have not. There has not been a role that Jared Leto has done where I'm like, nobody else can do that but Jared Leto.
Yeah. Yeah.
But circling back to Shia LaBeouf,
Yes.
this is Shia LaBeouf coming off of what, Even Stevens, like he did, like he was doing Nickelodeon or Disney or
Did
something
that,
like
and they
that.
did Holes. I think Holes, and
Whole,
then
yeah, and then here he is, fresh off of iRobot the year before, does this movie. Disturbia, Surfs Up, Transformers come out within like the next year, the year after that, launching just this short, explosive burst of Hollywood stardom and this like quick little run that he has. And then it all like personal life gets in the way, and you know, you say whatever you want about Shia LaBeouf, and then it just poof, and it's over. Well, I mean, time will tell, but still.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the beginning of that little run he has where he's, you know, Transformers and one of the, you know, the hottest young actors, you know, around and all that.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. The most divisive Indiana Jones. He's in it. He's definitely the center of why most people didn't like that one. But yeah, like it all kind of starts here. I feel like, I don't know if you want to say it's here or if you want to say it was in iRobot, but or Holes, but I feel like it was.
I think it was Holes, but yeah, I think like this is kind of, yeah, you have iRobot. This
did he die in iRobot too, or was he? Did he live in that one?
It's been so long since I've watched.
I can't remember that one. Yeah.
But yeah, this is kind of like this. Every one of those actors that has like their child actors, they have to have some movie that's dark
that for flips them.
That flips them, and this was it for him.
Yeah,
even though like he didn't have a ton of screen time in it, but
it was a dark movie, and he was able to like, you know, come off of it.
Yeah,
a little more adult from it.
And I liked the character. I thought like he was fine. I thought he played well off of Constantine. I love in the beginning where John like looks out and he's like, move the car.
Yeah,
fine, I'll move it. Like he moves it like 3 feet or whatever, and then
just like a typical teenage 20-something would do.
Yeah, you didn't tell me you were gonna drop a mirror,
400-pound mirror on me.
I told you to move the vehicle. Which that's so funny in that scene. It's like instead of just opening the window, he like just busts the entire window out with the chair, and I'm like, just slide it over.
And even then, it wasn't wide enough because the frame was too big, and he had to like jam it through either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess he wanted no resistance.
I suppose. Yeah,
was the theory. Get it out there. Which, like, man, I could spend some time in this world. I would love to see more of like just like how things work, and like do like a prestige TV series. They did.
Sure. Yeah.
Did they do a Constantine TV series, or was it? I think yeah, they did. Like WB did a little Constantine series, I think. For a while.
Okay.
I never watched it, but it was I think they went to the classic comic route, and like they based it in London, and you know, he was blonde and all that, and and more in line with the character. But yeah, so again, jumping around here a little bit.
Sure.
Simply touching text to gain the knowledge has got to be one of the most underrated superpowers I've seen.
Oh yeah.
That would just be amazing, just to be able to go through your mail and just like, you don't even have to open it. Like, okay, that's trash. Okay, I know what that one says.
Yeah.
The newspaper, just touch okay, I got all the facts for the day. Like, that'd be an awesome. We were talking about, I think it was a retro ramble a few weeks ago. You know, what's a superpower you'd want? That one. That would be a fun superpower.
Oh yeah, it would be. It would be
to like gain knowledge through touch.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty awesome. Although it seems like he gave him some demons, so.
I don't feel like they explored that enough in the movie. Like they just kind of like, you see the beginning, you know, when John comes up and there's that girl that's possessed, and he's like, "I found you one, John, didn't I? I told you I'd find you." But then like they just you don't really see much more of that character until that, and you're like, "Oh, that's cool," but we don't get any more of it. And then you get the awesome scene where he is like trying to drink
himself to death,
and that is the CG, you know, whatever, but like that is a really cool scene where he's just like nothing's coming out, but then you see it from like the shop owner's perspective, and you see him just like chugging everything. And that was really good. I feel like I would have liked to have a little more of him.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Like I could have done with a little more of that character, explored a little bit more, kind of like what's his backstory, what's going on there. But it's probably one of those things that they covered in the comics. And
sure,
but I feel like they definitely they burned through characters in this movie. They were not planning on doing a sequel, or maybe there's just a bunch of ancillary characters to the Constantine network of characters or super friends that I'm not aware of. But yeah, I felt like they burned through characters. Like they were just like killing off people left and right. Like, okay, I guess we are. But now we're gonna get a sequel, and I'm curious how that's gonna work out.
Oh, totally. I'll watch, especially if they've got Keanu Reeves coming back. Do they have Rachel Weisz coming back in it, or do we know?
So far, all I've seen is Keanu and Peter are confirmed. And on it, which apparently they're like really good friends, and they almost always try and find parts for each other in their movies. So I thought that's pretty interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was like that kind of thing. Yeah. But yeah,
I really
go on.
Okay, I was sorry. I really liked the scenes where it was like when someone goes to hell, like when they die. It's like a split second, but they're there for like a long time. And like the first time when we see that, and John goes, and you see Angie like closing the door, and like again, the cinematography is so good. Like it's just slowly, and then by the time it clicks, it's like the door clicks shut and it's done. But I did, even with the CGI, I did think cinematography. It was a really good shot of him like running on the streets and on top of the cars while the demons are chasing him, and then he jumps up to grab Isabel's
name tag.
Name tag, and then he smashes that holy water against him
to bring himself back.
Just like I remember seeing images of that, like when they were promoting the movie. Like it was just it's just such an awesome scene. And then when Isabel dies so that she can start seeing people again, and like he's holding her under the water, that whole bathtub scene is so well shot, and you see like the drop come down, and then it just for just a split second, and then it comes back, and then she wakes up and the water, like the tub bursts, the tub and everything
explodes.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good.
It is. Yeah, like you said, all those little like those Matrix like effects that they pulled throughout this whole thing. Like if you would have told me this was done by the same people that did the Matrix, I believe you, because it's got a lot of that same like color palette and aesthetic, and a lot of like kind of similar camera tricks, with like the stopping of time and everything that they do. But yeah, like it looks really good, and they did a fantastic job. And then whenever they come out, like the tub explodes, or like the water goes everywhere from that little like foot bath thing that he's got going on there. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome for sure. It looks so good. And then I like whenever what's his name, Peter Stormare comes as the devil, like he appears.
Yeah.
And like he just like comes down from the top of the screen. You just see his like tar laden feet and this white linen, or this nice white suit. And like he just kind of like gently like stands down. And he's like, John. Oh man, it was so like tasty. Like it just like it set the scene, and like he just like ate it up, and it was so much fun. I just enjoyed that so much.
Oh yeah, he's the one soul that I would come here myself to collect. It's like yeah.
And then
that
like,
whole dynamic between them was really good.
Yeah. And he goes to like drag him away, and then he just can't anymore because God's decided, okay, self-sacrifice. Now he's coming up to heaven. And he starts to like float away, and then he's like, "Oh no, you're not doing this to me!" And he kind of gives him the finger over his shoulder as he's going off to heaven. And then he just grabs him, and then he like pulls all that tar from out of his lungs and just like heals him completely and brings him back. He's like, no, if we're going to give you a chance to screw this up again, and then you'll be mine. And I like that setup. That was really great. I feel like this could be a good series. Like if you had the right people helming it and the right cast, this could be a fantastic, just a short, maybe 4-season series. That'd be really fun to explore, like all these different characters and all this different stuff.
Who do you think would be a good, if you're going to cast a series in this, and you're going to, I'm not going to go into every character, but John Constantine, who do you think would be a good Constantine?
Man, I don't know. That's I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. Keanu Reeves is Constantine in my head, but I mean, I could be talked into any number of people for sure. I'm not familiar enough with the current landscape of young talent out there, and I don't want to say one of the Stranger Things kids, because that seems like everybody's casting them and everything, and I'm fine with them not being in it. Although. Nah, well, maybe. I don't know. What do you think about like Tom Holland doing it?
Maybe. I was thinking like a British actor. Maybe.
Ooh,
maybe
Daniel Radcliffe.
That might be good.
Yeah.
That I could see that. Yeah.
He could do it.
Yeah. I could totally see.
Give him something dark and dramatic to get into. He's been doing so much comedy lately.
Sorry, I saw. We normally wait for the end for comments, but I saw that Jesse Lapine put John Cena.
John Cena. We need somebody we can film.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Now, I was thinking, like, if you did a little bit older version of Constantine, dang it, now I can't think of the guy's name. The guy that played Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I think to do that. I can't remember what his name is now. But.
That could be fun. Yeah. All right. Well, while we're here.
Or Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman. God, no. Let's get into casting. So there are some alternate castings that happen here.
Okay.
Early on, whenever they first started chopping this around, they talked to Mel Gibson and Kevin Spacey about doing this part.
To be Constantine?
To be Constantine. Rough meetings, never went anywhere. Nothing happened with it, but those were definitely like the first people they reached out to. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think so. Then Nick Cage got attached, and he was on to play Constantine. They were in contract. It was going to be a Nick Cage joint.
Yeah.
The director and him just did not get along. And this is like Nick Cage post Superman Lives. He really wants to be a superhero, and he's trying to make it happen. Superman Lives gets canceled, and that goes out the door, so he's no longer Superman. So he's circling around Constantine. He gets signed on for that. This doesn't happen. He ends up, I guess, going off and doing, I don't know if he did, how soon after this he did Ghost Rider, but we know where that ends up. I don't know if there was anything in between this and Ghost Rider, but Nick Cage was attached for a while. And then the director and him didn't get along. Director backed out. Nick Cage backed out. Then they brought in Keanu Reeves. And Keanu Reeves was met with some mixed feelings from especially the fans, because he wasn't blonde and he wasn't British. And they said, this is not the character that we love. Please don't make this movie. Then they made the movie. And now people love him in it. So
yeah, I think I really think, like, I know historically Keanu Reeves has not had the most love, like back in like the late 90s or the 90s and
before Matrix.
Before Matrix. But like, I just think, especially like with John Wick and just the stuff he genuinely, like, just from appearances, seems like a good guy. Like he is good to his fans, and I think he lives pretty humbly too, from what I've read. And actually, one of my friends, his wife does a little acting, and she was an extra in one of the movies that he's with. was that guy's? I can't remember, in one of his movies that he's in.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just like, I think that people appreciate him more now, and I think he is. He does great as Constantine. I think that he's just does well with that. Yeah,
Yeah,
all that for that point. But yeah.
I would agree. All right, well, I got one more, I guess, point to make. If you got anything left, how about you? You got anything left?
I'm looking through here real quick, and no, I don't. I think I've hit what I need to hit.
All right. So one last question for you about, while we're on the subject of Constantine, what would you rather have as a memento from the last episode or two? The Holy Shotgun, Constantine's Holy Shotgun he uses there at the end, or Hellboy's Samaritan?
Samaritan, just because it's Hellboy. I gotta. What am I gonna pick here? What am I gonna pick?
Yeah. I should have known better. I should have known.
Yeah, but his gun is all, like, my wife came in at the end of this movie. Like, I was watching it and she didn't have any interest in it. And but she came in from her walk and she was like, "Oh, that gun's like the shape of a cross." I'm like, "Yeah." Like, he's like, she's like, "That's a pretty cool gun." But she enjoyed that part of it, so she picked that.
All right. Well, that's all I got on Constantine. You're tapped out as well.
Yeah, I am. It's a fun movie. It's so good. It really is. It really is a good movie. It's
so much
in
fun.
spite
Lots
of the
great
CGI,
characters.
it's just really good. Yeah.
Good world building. Just a lot of fun. Good movie. Yeah. Like I said, they got a sequel coming out. I'm on board. I'm here for it. Let's see it.
Absolutely. Yep.
Hopefully that gets made, and hopefully it doesn't. It's not bad, but we'll see.
Well, you will. Time will tell.
All right, moving on to our retro ramble. Last week I left you off with a question. Not yet.
Before you do that, we need to do our rating.
Oh yes,
on this.
Our rating. Let's give it a retro rating. You're right.
One of these days we'll remember.
Both of us will.
Yeah, both of us will remember. Yeah.
I just gotta. I don't have it in my notes as a thing to cover.
Same.
And I have like templates that I create new notes from, and so I just need to add it to the template so it's in my notes every week.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, retro score. How did you feel like the first time you watched this movie? Scale of 1 to 100.
I will give it an 85. The first time I watched it, I enjoyed it.
I give it a 95. This one hit really good with me. This is like fresh off of the Matrix and everything with Keanu, so I'm ride or die with Keanu at this point. And this one was just like, it hit me just right. And 95 for me. Rewatch. How'd you feel in the rewatch?
I'm going to go up to a 95 on the rewatch. I appreciated this a lot more this go around. And again, it's because, like, I really think, like we were talking about when we started talking about this, like, I didn't have a whole lot of notes because, like, I was just so engrossed in what was going on in this movie. And 95. It has
so much fun to watch
for me very well.
It has. I'm ticking it down to a 90, but only for the CGI not holding up that great on the demons and stuff. And it just slips a little bit for me. Only for that. Other than that, yes, it holds up well. It's a great fun rewatch with some muddy CGI characters here and there.
Yep.
Technically, how do you feel like this movie did technically?
I will give it I'll give it I'll go with the Hellboy route. Yeah, I'll give it an 85 because of the CGI. That's what I'm going to do. I think that's fair. Everything else is great. Yeah.
I'm going to follow the same suit. I'm going to 90. The CGI wasn't that great. I feel like for the time it was okay. It was passable. It's serviceable. It works. And the world building was just so much fun, so great. And the CGI doesn't detract enough for me to really knock it down too much. So I'm giving it a 90. Rewatch. How likely are you to rewatch this one?
I will give this a 90. I will rewatch it. I don't know when I'm going to rewatch it, but I enjoyed it enough that I'm going to bump it up to a 95 because with the sequel potentially coming out, I will rewatch this again before the sequel comes out.
Okay. Yeah. I give it a 95. Yeah, definitely going to rewatch this one. I think I'm more likely to rewatch this one than some of our recent episodes. So for that, I'm going to bump it up to probably about a 95. That gives Constantine a token rating score of 78 flat. 78.
Okay. I really thought, no, never mind. I really thought this was going to be a little higher than Hellboy, but I think it's because of the Rotten Tomatoes scores. Yeah, that's what, this was.
And the Metacritic score and because Hellboy had a 72 on Metacritic. This one has a 50. So yeah. Although IMDb Hellboy has a 6.9, this has a 7. So
okay,
6, 7, whatever.
I couldn't resist. That's so like that's so yesterday. It's so yesterday. But I'm a dad. Yeah. So what am I gonna do?
All right, now I can move on to the Retro Ramble.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
All right. Last week I asked you what was the first chore you remember being assigned by your parents, and what was your reward for said chore? Mm-hmm. I asked, so I'll go ahead and go first. Kind of set the tone here. As early as I can remember, maybe 10, whenever my parents finally let me stay home by myself whenever we had school off and they went off to work, we were at the tail end of the latchkey kid boom, and usually like somewhere between like 9 and 11, our parents would start leaving us at home while they went to work. And for 8 hours a day, plus we would sit at home and have nothing to do. But watch TV, play video games, not burn the house down. That's right. Don't use the stove, use the microwave.
Yeah.
And well, I feel like as a result, our parents felt like we needed something to do. So they would give me a list of chores, usually whenever they went off to work: sweep the floors, wipe down the counters, clean the bathrooms, vacuum, feed the pets, take out the empty the litter boxes, things like that. And I'd get a list of things that I had to do at some point throughout the week. Honestly, usually this resulted in me on Friday doing everything. And my reward for that would usually be like $10 or $20, whatever parent had decided, however much it was supposed to be. Later on, this evolved into like mowing the lawn and stuff like that. But so I get like $10 or $20, which is a great deal for our parents, I'm sure, because they were probably paying $10 or $20 a day for daycare services or babysitters or something like that. And now they're paying me $10 or $20 for the week, and I clean the house. So
and you do chores. Do their work for them.
That's right. But that's all I got.
I always tell my kids, like, there's 4 of us living here. So like we can all do our part. But that's right. Anyway. Yeah. So mine is a lot in the same vein is that it was, I remember Dad paying me to keep my room clean and to take out the trash. Those were my 2 chores that I had to do. And if I did both of those things every week, I got a $5 bill.
Wow.
And for me, like, at 9 or 10 years old, that's $5.
It goes a long ways.
Yeah, it does.
A couple comic books.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Man, $5. I remember I told you I was making 20 from mowing the lawn, and you were blown away.
I was blown away. I remember you want to talk about highway robbery. I remember one time when I was still in middle school. Maybe I was in high school. No, I was in middle school. And I had asked Dad if I could cut his grass because I was looking for a little bit of money. And he's like, "Yeah, how much you want for it?" I didn't know what to charge. I was like, $5. He's like, "Sure." And like years later, he told me, he's like, "I couldn't find anybody to do it for $5." Like that was. He's got a decent sized yard. That probably took me an hour or so to cut that grass.
Do you have you weed eating edge too?
No, he didn't have me do that, but I did cut the grass.
Man,
I was his $5 child, I guess.
He got a deal.
Yeah.
If you would ask me, you probably could have got him up to 15 or 20.
It probably could have.
Oh man. All right. Well, stale popcorn. What do you got for me this week?
Okay, so you remember when we were doing our Die Hard episode, which is amazing to me. That's been like a year ago. Like when I was thinking about that today, I'm like, man, that's been.
I think that was year 1, wasn't it?
I think we did like an action movie summer last year, didn't we? And then Die Hard was in there.
Was it part of that? Okay, maybe that was it.
Maybe it was. I can't remember. Or maybe it was around Christmas one year. Anyway,
I think it was a Christmas movie one year.
Okay. It's been a while since we've done it, and I just it seems like it was yesterday when we did it. But anyway, we had talked about how Reginald Vell Johnson always plays a cop.
Yeah.
I found him playing something else. Have you ever watched Mike and
Security
Molly?
guard.
No.
Yeah. He played the mayor,
Mike,
right?
No, when Mike and Molly get married, he is the
That's
pastor.
right. He's the pastor, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
He's the pastor that the grandma's hooking up with too, isn't he?
That's right. I think so. Yeah. Like my wife and I we'll put on like, sitcoms at night or whatever when we're laying in bed. It helps her fall asleep, and it's just kind of a nice way for me to wind down. So we've been watching Mike and Molly, and
That's a great one.
it is. It's really good. It's really good.
So much fun.
But yeah, I saw him on there. I was like, we talked about Reginald Vell Johnson always playing a cop.
Here he is playing a priest.
Yeah.
Or reverend.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got a little for you here. I'm watching Constantine, and it's reminding me. Did you ever see the Dresden Files, the old sci-fi TV series they did?
I have not.
2007.
I have read the first book in that series.
Oh, okay.
But I have not. I knew they did a show on it, and then they've done a comic series since then. But I never did watch the show.
I remember watching it when it came out and loved it. It was it was fun. I just enjoyed it. And then it's just one season, one and done, it's gone. But yeah, like this guy, kind of, was he a magician in like New York City or something like that?
A wizard. Yeah.
A wizard. Yeah.
Yep.
And I like how his staff was the hockey stick. But yeah, so this just reminded me of that. I'm like, man, maybe I can go back and rewatch Dresden Files. I'm gonna see if I can find that somewhere so I can watch them. But
if you're looking for like an audiobook to listen to, they're pretty. At least the first one was really good. I've heard the rest of them are like I've heard the quality, like it never dips in quality.
Okay.
So yeah, they're just good pulp, like crime fun with
crime noir with spiritual
with magic and
magic and
paranormal stuff. Yeah. So
excellent. Yeah. And I saw that they were on audiobook, and I thought maybe I'll check that out. That would be fun too. Because whenever I get back out in the shop, I have usually 8 hours a day where I'm out there, and it's nice to have music or audiobooks and things like that to kind of break it up. So maybe I'll put some of that on.
I think at least a couple of them. I know the first one, and then maybe a few of the subsequent ones. They have a version that is like audio theater. So like they read the book.
Audio.
Yeah, like they read the book, but then they have different actors reading the dialogue.
Yeah.
And then they'll have footsteps and all that stuff in there. And I've listened to part of the first book like that. And it's really good.
I wonder if that's Sound Booth Theater. The same people.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah. So they do the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. And, they do a version like that. And I enjoy that. And people have told me, don't bother with it. It's not fun. You just listen to like the regular audiobook. And I'm like, I kind of enjoy the immersive audio experience.
Yeah. It's kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little fun. Helps it helps my brain, make the pictures.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
I see pictures, but all right. I got a couple gum under the seats for you here, and a
couple comments too from this episode. So you want to go first, and then I'll hit the comments. And
over on YouTube, we did Unbreakable a few weeks back. That was our issue 0, if you will, of our summer series here. And Legion 208 says, I'm going through your videos from oldest to newest, but I might try doing some new and some old and meet somewhere in the middle, but I'm a new subscriber. Love your fun discussions on movies. You seem to have the same questions and thoughts on things as I do. I just finished the Mission Impossible, and the questions you had on the people dying and stuff, I had always asked myself. I'm enjoying the ride of catching up on the videos. I did want to say, because back in the beginning, you had mentioned that you are a sucker for anything time travel themed, that if you can handle subtitles, I highly recommend these K-dramas, Signal and Tunnel. They both deal with time travel while solving crimes and crossing timelines.
I'm writing this down right now. Signal.
They're on Tubi TV. Now back to some videos. Thank you
Awesome.
very much, Legion. Yeah, we've had fun doing this, and we love that you're here for it. And please comment along with these as much as you like. Be part of the conversation. We welcome it. And Signal and Tunnel K dramas. Yeah, I might have to check those out. Those sound like like they might be fun. Moving along, Spider-Man episode. Will Ford 81, top commenter. That's right. That is YouTube Science there. Claims that Will Ford 81 is our top commenter. So
good job, Will.
Congratulations, Will. He says, I absolutely love this movie. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero of all time. If I have to offer a bit of criticism for the film, it would be for introducing MJ as Peter's love interest too soon. I've always wondered what would this movie have been like if Kristen had played Gwen Stacy, which, if you didn't know, was the original plan. At some point, they changed course, and Miss Dunst had to swap roles and hair colors. I think she might have made an even better Gwen. I would love to see Gwen in the original story with Goblin throwing her off of the bridge. And, well, comic fans know what happens from there. I'm sure the studio was too scared to follow through with that plot line. I would agree with that. They were probably too scared to lose a high-quality actress like that.
Yeah.
And I think this might explain my problem with her, in that she does feel like she's in two different roles. And it isn't until like the later movies that I feel like MJ, we really start to see Mary Jane in Kristen's performance, versus like this first one where she feels a little disconnected. Like it doesn't quite jive. And I think I expressed that in the movie, and
you did.
I would agree.
Yep.
All right. What you got?
Okay, just got a couple comments from our live stream. If you're not listening to our live stream, please check us out Thursday nights, usually around 8:30. We get on 8:30 Central Time, and we do these episodes live, and you can chat with us live, and it's a lot of fun. So two of these are both from Jesse Lapine, which would probably be our top commenter on the live videos, I think. So you get that honor. When we were talking about Shia LaBeouf, Jesse said Shia LaBeouf is actually really good in Peanut Butter Falcon. I have heard that. I have never watched that, but I have heard that he was really, really good in that. So I will have to check that out. And my wife just sneezed, and anyway, if you heard that, you heard it. And then when we were talking about recasting, if we were recast Constantine, Jesse Lapine, 2005 Gary Oldman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I can see it. I can totally see it. Yeah. Gary Oldman can do anything. Gary Oldman could play an old woman like that's in her grave. Like, and it's fine. Gary Oldman is just like peak acting. I mean, we need to watch that Twinkle Toes or whatever.
I don't know.
That looks interesting.
That's one of those ones that you watch and you don't tell anybody you watched it.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't know what we're talking about, go
YouTube the Twinkle Toes.
YouTube the Twinkle Toes
trailer,
and you wonder.
You can thank us or hate us later.
Gary Oldman in the role of a lifetime. What?
Dwarf on Dating.
You need to go check that out. It looks, it's something. Anyway, that's the comments we got. So I'll hit you up with the Retro Ramble for next week, and we'll get on out of here. So, okay, this is going to take some thinking.
All right.
So you got a little bit of time to think about it. What was the last time that you remember sitting down to play with your toys as a kid? Like, we've got that whole thing where it's like, you've probably heard it. Like, I went out and rode bikes with my friends, and none of us knew it was the last time. Yeah. So do you remember what the last time was that you sat down to play with your toys? Like, not with your kids, like your toys when you were a kid.
3 hours ago.
No. 3 hours ago. Fair enough. I'll take it. So, that's the Retro Ramble for next week. We are going to be talking about Blade next week. We discussed it a little bit. And was it this episode? No, it was the Hellboy episode. We did a double feature tonight. The Hellboy episode, how we touched on Blade a little bit. We're going to talk in depth about Blade, Wesley Snipes' Blade, next week. So stick with us. Sharing is caring. We always say that. Let your friends know about this. Our channel is slowly growing, and we appreciate each and every one of you that's getting on here and subscribing. We love all the comments, how you're liking what we're doing. We're enjoying doing it. We enjoy bringing it to you. So we'll keep them coming. Be Kind Rewind. We will see you next week with Blade. That's it.
See y'all then. All right. Got all that, and then we're good there. Okay, what was the I can write this out real quick.
Sure. Tell me when you're ready.
What was the last time you played with...
What was the last time you remember sitting down to play with your toys as a kid?
Were you inspired by Toy Story 5?
Actually, that's where my family was just at. They just got home. They went and watched it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
We're going to go
we were recording. They went, okay. I want to go see, like, I don't know how I feel about Toy Story 5. I mean, obviously I haven't watched it, but I'm like, I didn't know how I felt about Toy Story 4.
And it erects you.
Like, well, it ended, like, Toy Story 3 wrapped everything up. Like, and it was nice that, Andy passes his toys off. Like, I feel like that's just a great way to just wrap the story up. And then they had 4, and 4 wasn't bad. Forky was one of the greatest characters they've made, like, in any of the Toy Stories. But
that is life.
Yeah, it's so good.
Did
you watch those shorts?
Yes,
so good.
Yeah, I would agree. At first, like, we were like, "What is this Forky thing?" And then we go and watch the movie, and we're like, "Oh man, this is like such a great, subtle way to have this conversation with kids."
Yeah,
through this movie, and man, so much fun. But we're gonna go see 5 probably tomorrow. The problem is, like, I was looking at tickets, or I was looking at our theater, because we have a Ben Bolt here in town, and that's all we have here. We got to drive a little ways to get to the next theater. B&B. And
I wish she had a Ben Bolt.
I wish I did too. Yeah. So we're looking at, like, the times and everything, and it's like we can go on the hour basically until 4, and then if we want to see it after 4, we have to either watch it in 4D, which is like the chairs move and all that crap.
Oh my gosh.
Or 3D, which I don't want to watch it in 3D. Or they have what's called a play zone theater, where it's got a, like,
I know what you're talking about,
kids play area, and it just smells like feet in there, and I don't want to go in that theater.
Feet and urine.
Yes. That's the worst theater to be in. I would almost rather do the 3D than do that theater.
I appreciate that they have those. Like,
yes.
I think it's a good thing to have. But like, if you're legitimately wanting to go, like, sit down and watch a movie.
Right. Like, I don't want to do it there.
Yeah.
No. And then Bruce wants to see Supergirl, so I may take him to see that this weekend as well.
I want to see that. I need to watch Superman first, but I may go next weekend if I've got the time and go see Supergirl, if I can get Superman watched.
Yeah, tell me what you think about that one. That was a good one too.
That's what I heard.
All right. Well, I'm going to kill the live stream. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We'll catch y'all next time with Blade.
Yep. See you then.